5 tragic cases of suicide by pilot. At 2 a.m. on September 12, 1994, a Maryland truck driver and former Army soldier named Frank Eugene Corder crashed a Cessna 150 on the south lawn of the White House. The 2-seat propeller-driven plane only managed to hit several magnolia trees despite coming close to the building. Although Corder's suicide did relatively little damage, his ability to enter restricted airspace with secret security members present forced the U.S. government to conduct a serious review of security at the White House. Although it has never been officially confirmed as a case of suicide by pilot, the April 18, 2002 crash at the Pirelli Tower in Milan, Italy, certainly has plenty of circumstantial evidence that points to suicide as being the driving motivation. 3 people were killed, including the pilot, and over 20 were injured. Because the crash occurred 8 months after the September 11th attacks and so closely resembled the actions of Al-Qaeda, many initially blamed the crash on terrorism. Not long thereafter, many began examining the life of pilot Luigi Gino Fasullo, a 65-year-old man with a recent string of financial difficulties. Fasullo's son, Marco, told Italian newspapers that the crash was an act of suicide. In one suicidal mission, pilot Chris Fatsui destroyed all but one of Air Botswana's airplanes. On October 11, 1999, Fatsui took command of an Aerospatiale ATR 42320 and took off from Gaborone Sur Seretsicama Airport. For nearly 2 hours, Fatsui circled the skies alone before radioing the control tower with the announcement, "I intend to kill myself." After a long series of conversations that included Fatsui getting an audience with Botswana's vice president, he crashed the plane over the tarmac, thereby killing himself and taking out 2 other ATR-42s. The crash of Silk Air's Boeing 737 on December 19, 1997, baffled crash experts then and continues to baffle some today. Flying in good, clear weather, the plane gently cruised 11,000 meters, 35,000 feet, above Indonesia, en route to Singapore Changi Airport. Then, without warning, the plane nosedived at supersonic speeds. When it hit the Musi River in the Indonesian city of Palembang, all 104 people on board died instantly. The fact that the plane was brand new and was owned and operated by an airline company with a reputation for safety and high maintenance only added to the mystery. However, when investigators began probing the evidence, they discovered that at 4:05 p.m., Captain Su Wei Ming left the cockpit and went to the passenger cabin for a drink of water. The plane was then left in the hands of co-pilot Duncan Ward. Although an official Indonesian report claimed that the crash was an accident, U.S. investigators asserted that Ming deliberately disconnected the integral equipment in the cockpit and did nothing to stop the plane's rapid descent. The Craig D. Button incident of April 2, 1997, defines the phrase, quote, mysterious circumstances. On that date, Button, a U.S. Air Force captain, inexplicably flew his A-10 Thunderbolt II miles off course and cut off all radio contact. Before long, the plane crashed into Gold Dust Peak near Edwards, Colorado. In lieu of any other leads, Air Force investigators and their civilian counterparts began looking into whether or not Button was suicidal. As it turned out, evidence suggested that Button's personal life was in turmoil. Button was reportedly worried that a homosexual affair involving another pilot at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base was about to be made public. Such evidence contradicted earlier theories surmising that Button's suicide flight was due to everything from his, quote, unrequited love for a former girlfriend to his mother's belief in pacifism as a member of the Jehovah's Witness faith. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe to Tip Top List to stay tuned.